friends, I hope you all are well and feeling even better. It is officially time to give you all my review of Protein World. I received their products about I was gonna say 4 weeks, but I'm pretty sure it has been a full month now. I just know I don't like to provide a review just after like 3 or 4 days because I don't feel as if it's a review, but you don't actually get to experience how your body reacts to it. You know, it just, those factors are important to me. Anyhow, let's get to the review. So I'm going to start with my absolute most favorite product out of all of the items I received, the mug cake. As a baker, being able to make a quick little personal sized cake in under 2 minutes, it's actually just 1 minute and I think 30 seconds, but I would put mine on a little longer because I like to add almonds and an extra amount of milk to it. But you know, it's your preference. The instructions, it's perfect to follow those, but once you get used to it, you're like, ooh, what if I did this? What if I did that? So the taste is great. It doesn't have a protein aftertaste at all. It is extremely moist. If you add chocolate chips into it, it just melts into everything amazingly well. And it's a perfect dessert. You guys know, as much as I love eating clean, I also love desserts. So enjoying that, let me tell you, I enjoyed it a lot. I had to slow down a few times because I was like, okay, I'm eating way too much of this every single night in the mornings. Whenever, it was to die for, and I didn't feel guilty about it at all. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I did try to make the cake once with coffee because I didn't have any coconut milk, and it didn't turn out bad, but it's definitely way more moist when you follow the instructions they provide. So the mug mix, I definitely give that a 10 out of 10 without a doubt, and I'm hella excited to try the other flavors as well. Now for the protein. If you watch my unboxing video, you are aware I have not used protein in years. I only used it when I was still living with my parents in high school because my dad was using protein. So getting back into using protein was definitely a habit I had to create because I was just used to, you know, grabbing my prep smoothie out, blending that together and calling it a day. So when I first used the protein, it was in a smoothie and it has that protein aftertaste, but I know it stood out so much to me because I don't use protein on the regular and I haven't used protein in years. But as I continue to use the protein, that strong protein aftertaste definitely faded, but the strawberry taste, the strawberry taste is there, and that's exactly why I decided to add the protein to oatmeal because I love, you guys know those pre-packaged oatmeals by Quaker? The strawberries and cream, oh my God, like the peaches and cream, that's #1 for me, but the strawberries and cream, that's like a strong 2 or 3. So by the taste of the protein, I was like, oh my gosh, is this gonna give me that strawberries and cream oatmeal that I love from Quaker? Because I don't purchase those just because the sugar is just way too high on there compared to the oatmeal you can make on your own, but I don't wanna get sidetracked. So I did add the protein in my oatmeal, and let me tell you, just know you guys need to try it. You absolutely have to try it. And because that was so tasty, I'm thinking about adding the protein powder to my homemade granola that I'm gonna make a bit later. So once I do that, I'll maybe post a YouTube short to give you all the review because I've never had strawberry granola, and not that I want strong strawberry granola taste. It's just the way the oatmeal turned out. I couldn't help but think about how tasty that granola is gonna be because I'm thinking I can mix it in after the honey. That way, you know, everything's smooth in perfectly, and just, I haven't done it yet, but I'm definitely excited about it. Now for the shaker, which is also what I use the protein for, this is my first shaker. I had to get used to it. And I shook it a lot, but I also think I got kind of impatient because when they were clunks, I'm like, come on, I'm just gonna put you in my blender, you know? So either I'm just not a shaker person or I wasn't shaking it correctly. Now a major tip, and this is just something I probably should have followed, put ice in there. I'm not an ice person at all. My smoothies are prepped, so I never need ice for that. Water, if I want a few bottles in the freezer, I'll do that. I'm not a huge ice person. I will put my fresh juice in ice cubes if I think I'm not drinking it quick enough and I don't want it to go bad. I will do that. Or if I'm making homemade iced coffee, yes, indeed. But once I added ice to the shaker and protein, I understood why you should add ice to the shaker and milk or water. Because once I added the ice and then I shook it, it actually gave it like a milkshake consistency. And I was impressed. I was like, oh, was this what I was supposed to do like 5 times before? Because I did not put ice in right away, not the second time, not the third time. But once I finally did, I understood it. But yeah, again, I'm not an ice girl, so I really don't see the purpose of a shaker, especially if you're making a smoothie. Now, it is also a great container for your smoothies. I rarely drink my smoothies out of the smoothie container that you can drink out of. I'll usually put mine in a glass or my, I have this baseball tumbler I've loved for years, absolutely love it. And I don't know, one day I just looked at this and said, hey, I should try to put it in there, and it turned out great. The lid is perfect for my straw as well, so it was pretty handy. Not for, you know, what it's meant for as a shaker, but it was definitely pretty handy for my smoothies indeed. So the mug cake mix, that 10 out of 10. The protein, I don't think I should rate the protein simply because I have not had protein in years, but just based on the taste, I would definitely give that an 8 out of 10 without a doubt. The 2 extra points is because of the aftertaste. And oh, I forgot to mention this, a major point here. I'm not vegan, however, or vegetarian, but I don't have dairy in my diet a lot, like maybe 2%, and I don't mean 2% milk, I mean 2% out of 100%. I avoid dairy at all costs, and I'm not lactose intolerant at all. It doesn't cause me to break out. It's just, it sits on my stomach and it takes longer to digest. I'm not against cheese, but I rather have foods without cheese because cheese just overpowers the taste to me. And as far as the taste of milk, I've never enjoyed the taste of milk at all. Even as a kid, I would pour milk out thinking it's sour. And one day, after too many times, Mom said, I think you just don't like milk, Jazzy. So because of that, I was able to taste that milky aftertaste as well in the protein, and I did not like that part at all. So it's like everything before that I enjoyed, but then I'm like, ugh. And I think for anyone who has dairy in that diet, I don't think that'll be as noticeable to you as it was to me. So just keep that in mind. The next time I try their protein, I will definitely go for the vegan option, and I'm excited to try that. I'm gonna look on their website. I don't know what flavors they have for that, but I would definitely follow up and let you guys know. Now for the pasta. Listen, if you have not watched I feel like I don't even have to put this part in the review. Go watch my pesto, my roasted red bell pepper pesto pasta. Go watch that video and that will tell you how much I enjoyed the pasta. Like, oh, so good. So I usually purchase the like chickpea pasta, or the black bean edamame, or the angel hair pasta from Publix if it's regular pasta from Publix. But let me tell you, this pasta definitely surprised me. So of course, you know, it's protein world, so the pasta was much thicker than I was used to. So it did make me feel more full quickly than my other pastas, but it digested very well. It didn't sit on my stomach. I wasn't achy after or felt as if, you know, I was constipated or anything at all, because I have experienced that with pasta, and it's just not a good time. It's not a good time one bit. But a major tip, I followed the instructions on the box, but it wasn't as tender as I liked. And again, I know this is because I rarely eat regular pasta, and when I do, it's the angel hair pasta. But I cooked the pasta a bit longer, and I'll include a clip here from my protein. I'll include a clip here from the pasta video I posted on YouTube. It's like maybe quite a few videos back, but not too, I'll just link it, okay? But once I cooked it a bit longer, the tenderness was exactly as I wanted, and I enjoyed the hell out of that pasta. Like, it's so good. I swear I can taste it right now, and with that the recipe they included, I made it into a red bell pepper pesto blend just because I think I didn't want to chop up veggies or something. I don't know why I did it, but it was a great idea and you should try it. So that recipe from Protein World's website was amazing, and it's also included in the pasta package. That was amazing. So I definitely need to try some of their other recipes. And because I have this protein left over, and of course I'm not gonna waste it, I am gonna include it in the granola, as I said, but also maybe in some breakfast bars, a few muffins, and see how that is. And I'll continue to keep you all updated along the way. One thing I forgot to mention, the protein is definitely a meal replacement. I accidentally used it as a meal replacement because I was like, oh, let me just, I'll try this, I'll do this because I don't feel like cooking it, but I'm hungry and I'll cook in like an hour. Let me tell you, I was satisfied for like 3 hours. And in my mind, I'm like, I need to eat, but I'm not hungry. And I thought about it, I was like, oh shoot, I had the protein. And yeah, so without a doubt, definitely a meal replacement for sure. So do I think Protein World is worth you giving it a try? Absolutely, I do. It definitely would not hurt. I don't have any bad reviews for it, and although I would probably prefer the vegan option for the protein more than what I currently have, I think you should try it because again, dairy isn't in my diet, and so you probably won't even notice that milky aftertaste as much as I did. So go ahead, give it a try, and you can use my code PWXOJR for 40% off. And be sure to let me know in the comments which products you try and how much you did or did not enjoy them. Talk to you guys next time.